guys, karibuni tena to yet another bomb-ass episode here at Kaluhi'S kitchen. I'm so excited about what we're going to make today. I gave you a sneak peek last night on Twitter where I told you guys that I am very excited about the chicken that I have set aside to marinate in mala amongst other ingredients. This is going to be super fantastic and I can't wait to do this alongside you guys. After we are done marinating, we're going to choma our kuku, then we baste it in a very delicious mango habanero barbecue sauce, which I will also show you how to make. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing as well. That said, let's get started. Karibuni sana sana sana. We're already wrapped up with making our mango habanero barbecue sauce, and if you have been following me since 2014, I know this kind of sounds familiar, and you're absolutely right because this is the very same barbecue sauce we made for our pork choma back in 2016, and it's the same one we're going to make today for our Kuku Choma, but with slight adjustments, just so that the flavors can suit that of chicken and can also melt with the flavors we use in our chicken marinade. Let me take you through how I made my habanero mango barbecue sauce. It's pretty simple. To my sufuria, I just started with a bit of oil, some salt and a dash of pepper, and then I added my onion, my garlic and then my ginger. I gave this a good mix and I allowed it to saute until softened and fragrant. I added some ginger to this, which is different from what we did for our pork choma recipe because of the mango that we are going to add a bit later on. Mango and ginger go so well together, and those complementary flavors had to be the star of this barbecue sauce. Next, I added my honey followed by my habanero paste. You can use any kind of chili truly, but a paste is most preferable. The chili paste that I used for this recipe is the one by Mdalasini Relishes, specifically the one called Gelignite, because she used habanero chilies to make that specific chili. After my honey and my chili, I proceeded to add my mango pulp, and it's extremely important that you make sure your mango is very sweet. This is a key ingredient, and guys, you know mango always makes anything shine and become nice, sunny and flowery, so make sure that flavor is on point. Once everything is in your pan, give it a nice mix and allow it to simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now that this is done and it's clear for you guys, let's set this aside. Then let me talk about the next ingredient for this recipe, and that is my chicken. With me, I have about 9 drumsticks. I chose drumsticks because I just felt like making drumsticks. However, you can use any other part of chicken that you personally fancy. What you need to make sure is you use the marination ingredients exactly as I have instructed you. The main ingredient for this marination recipe is mala. To my foreign readers, mala is fermented milk. We normally just drink it straight, but we also pair it with other dishes or also use it as a main ingredient in some dishes like chicken curry or biryani because it really tempers the heat of the spices. For this particular recipe, we're using mala because of its mild tartness, and because of that exact component, it will not only soften our chicken, but it will also infuse some nice juiciness, which is always welcome. Mala is not the only ingredient I used for this recipe. I used, I think, 5 more ingredients, but worry not, they are all jotted down on my blog, so make sure you check out the link on my description box for all the information. I marinated my chicken overnight as I mentioned on Twitter. However, you can do it up to 3 days refrigerated. Once you're done with marination, remove the chicken from your fridge, then just shake off any excess liquid and then set aside before we go out and choma it. It can't choma with a lot of liquid because it will dampen the moto ya maka. Just remove all the excess liquid, put it on your plate, then proceed to go choma. And it's also important that you let it come up to room temperature before you choma so that the meat does not become tough and dry. It needs to be at room temperature. Now that that is done, we're going to the next most exciting phase, and that is to choma. Guys, by the way, I was so excited. At night, I was sleeping like this because I was just so excited. Okay, now siku imefika. Let's go out and proceed to choma our kuku. And whether you guys decide to try this out at home with some friends on a lazy Sunday afternoon, or maybe you want to have something delicious for a road trip out of town, the method is the same. For example, if you're going to Naivasha or Nanyuki, just ensure you marinate it overnight, and then once you leave the house, that's when you obviously carry your chicken with you, and when you drive out, the chicken will come to room temperature. But once you reach the grounds, make sure you go straight into choma. You do not have any excuse to be eating flat, dry, boring chicken. Make sure it's nice, juicy, and perfectly seasoned. That said, to watch a story mob, twende to chome. Okay guys, we are here. Mnasikia majirani wameanza kubisha but hatuwafunguli. So now that our jiko is nice and going, nice and hot, we're just going to place our chicken on the rack, piece by piece, and then allow it to cook low and slow. You want it to cook slow because if it cooks too fast, the outside will become too hot and maybe even burnt, but the inside will remain raw. But if you regulate the heat, the inside will cook, remaining juicy as well, and the outside will get a nice brown char, which is exactly what we are going for. Our drumsticks are now all on the grill. We're just now going to raise this a little bit so that the heat does not overwhelm our chicken, and then we proceed to just watch over it, turn it from time to time so that it's nice, perfect, golden, and cooked through. You can already really smell the rosemary, and you can tell that this is going to be absolutely amazing. We're now going to let this cook through, and then once we are done, we're going to come back and then proceed to baste it with the barbecue sauce we had earlier on made. And you have seen for yourself, this is easy, whether you're making this at home or at Naivasha with your friends, or even at Ushago with your friends and family. Okay guys, we're now back after about 30 minutes. The fire has died down and the chicken has cooked through and through. Its nice brown char is so hypnotizing, and I know it's going to taste so good. So in my bowl, as you can recall, is my chili mango barbecue sauce, which we were to baste over our chicken. And now that it's done, we're just going to go right in and baste it. I want a thin layer over the chicken, but you can smother yours even thicker if that's what you prefer. Just a thin layer over all the drumsticks so that you can have a taste of the chicken without feeling really overwhelmed with the richness of this barbecue sauce. I did forget to mention that if you're in a country where you cannot access mala, because I do recognize that it's a Kenyan thing, if you're in North America, buttermilk would be perfect for the marination of your chicken. And if you're in South Africa, amasi is a beautiful equivalent as well. I want every single person in the world and every single person watching this to try out this recipe. I know you're going to be really impressed, just as I am about to. And now that our drumsticks are nice and smothered and they look so nice, we're just going to wrap this up, go and place in the kitchen, and then do a taste test. We are done, and you have seen for yourself, it's not complicated, neither is it difficult to make something delicious. If you can go the extra mile, guys, please always go the extra mile. Life is too short to eat boring, bland food. Okay guys, we are now done with our choma. We are long done with our habanero mango barbecue sauce, and now it's time to eat. This looks so inviting and I can't wait to go right in. Kama kawaida mnajua huku mtindo Kaluhi'S kitchen, we have to give everything we prepare a taste test. So let me grab one drumstick. Umeona vile ni soft? Sijafinya jaw. I just beat in and I spit sunk right in. This is without doubt the perfect plate of Kuku Choma. You can 100% taste the chili that is in the barbecue sauce and appreciate the contrast of the sweetness of the mango that is in the same barbecue sauce. You can appreciate the difference that the mala has indeed made. This chicken is absolutely juicy, and you can totally tell that it is the mala that added that difference to this recipe. It's herby, it's spicy, it's sweet, it's smoky. This is 100% the perfect plate of Kuku Choma. Kama kawaida, don't forget the exact recipe quantities are on my blog, link on my description box. It will have both the recipe ingredients for the Habanero Mango Bbq sauce and exactly what to use to marinate our chicken. Guys, the sun is still out. It's still mango season, so please try out this recipe. Snap a pic, tag me on any social media platform. I would love to show you off. For me, it's now time to go outside, enjoy the rest of my Saturday. For you guys, do enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Bye.